So we all know, uh, what is it? Like last week, I think time moves so faster in the LCU. Last week, Beans was saying that she was going to leave and she wanted to quit because the LCU wasn't for her anymore. She didn't think it was financially viable, but she wanted to save for Sweet Tea to kind of get her shit together. But now Sweet Tea is moving shows and putting Glammy on. So is that going to change Beans' opinion whether she wants to leave or not? Right. I think for her, it's going to be one of those where the money talks for Beans. So I mean, it is what it is. But but yeah, what else does she have to say? At least she isn't giving gummies behind a dumpster to save teeth. Yeah, and at least I'm not menopause. I'm not menopausal. So obviously, throwing jabs at Sweet Tea for being gummy. She even told Keemstar she'd give him a gum job, which was hilarious to me that she would even say that. But then she's gonna throw in Glammy being menopausal. So what's worse, no teeth in your 20s or no woman being menopausal? Right? I mean, it's nature. You can't help nature, Sweet Tea. I'm just saying.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with another long, maybe short, I have no clue, video of the LCU drama. Drama. That's what we mostly focus around here in our Great Schedule show. Now, when it's coming to Sweet Tea and the whole thing, what's going on, so I didn't realize that Beans was going to leave. Now, I think she may have changed her mind, but as we go through the stream, the video, we'll see what happens. Now, is the money there? It probably is there, and I think what it is I think Beans doesn't want to really leave. It's not like she can't do two things at once. It's not like from what we understand, Beans has said in the past that like her job, I think she's more or less a contractor, from what I remember, so she can technically work whenever she wants. I don't remember the exact details or how she explained it originally, but it was something like that. Now, yeah, so if you're not aware, um, Glammy is now on dolls permanently, and Sweet Tea is on TikTok, and we'll get to that when we get to it actually, because that's gonna be a long way ahead. That's gonna be a long way ahead. Got to that, so I mean that's what I mean. This video may be a lot longer. So for the people who enjoy more of my longer formatted content, hey, there you go. You got something to enjoy. Um, I guess it's good for the algorithm. Plus, these videos usually don't come out until much later. But back to this whole thing, what is worse, losing your, having no teeth or being menopausal? Well, one is nature, and so there's not much you can do, and that's just the inevitability for most women. The other is you could prevent unless you have some type of gum disease, but a lot of the time you could prevent most gum disease by doing the basic essential. Hell, I've been out of country and I have seen, for the most part, other people who are less fortunate than us have way better teeth. I have cousins who are out of country, right? They live in other countries, um, and have way better teeth. They have braces for a fraction of the cost. Obviously, because the American healthcare system is genuinely it total shit. But I have seen other places where legit they have way better teeth. They have braces. They have much more sharper, cleaner teeth. So even if you want to say, well, the healthcare system, from what I understand, I think Sweet Tea lives in the Appalachia region, which is not something known for getting a lot of government assistance. So it's not like she can't. But then again, it's like, well, it's not like you can't, prevent losing your teeth unless it was an injury, or sometimes it is genetic. I do know occasionally sometimes certain women um had a coworker, right, when she got pregnant, right after she got pregnant she started losing her teeth. Some women do experience some type of like weird pregnancy stuff right after, but I'm not sure. Till next time. Well, not till next time. Next. Let's move on.
So abuse has a mental disorder label on it now. Okie dokie. I'm not saying that. What I said was empaths are like that. You know what I mean? Like everyone I've ever met. Now, you don't have to be mentally ill to be fucking abusive. Never said that. I'm just saying, in past that I've met her like that, and you know, what's up,
Yo,
boss?
can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Dude, this is bullshit. Can you believe Batgirl didn't show into work today?
I mean, I talked to her and she said that she thinks she's supposed to be a part of Dolls. So I was like, look, if that's the case, then don't worry about it. I'll just solo it. So,
Well, she is. Beans, Glammy, Batgirl, and Desi are actually doing a hot tub stream. That's what you're redirecting to,
oh yeah,
right?
okay,
But I went to bed last night because I'm running around like a dog, bro. I'm
yeah,
setting up, scenes, doing all this stuff. I think the show last night was pretty good, right?
yeah,
Y'all don't understand. Like, I had to get all that stuff out of the rain. So I had to break everything down, put it all together.
hmm
It was like 2 a.m. and I had to go to bed, right?
hmm
All these guys had to do was go into the studio and do their shows. They didn't do their shows. CD-ROM didn't do his show.
damn.
Bad Girl didn't do their show. They're like, we didn't know what to do. Like, bro, come on. Like, I literally showed you what to do.
What did they ask you if they could use your studio? Did you say that they could?
I told them, you're using my studio. This is how you
Okay,
do it.
all right.
It's like, come
No, I
on,
got you.
dog.
I got you. Well, in Batgirl's defense, I told her not to worry about it. So she did ask me, and I did tell her that.
Bro,
So in her defense,
cafe chat. I am so sick of babysitting, bro. Like, come on. Come on, dude.
all right, I got you. I got you. I was just trying to be.
Desi just joined the dolls team. She didn't know she was supposed to be here. Like, what? Like, what is
Damn.
going on, bro? What is happening, dude? What is happening?
It's fat
All right. I had to set up this whole setup right now to do this hot tub stream. Beans didn't even set up the damn stream, bro. It's
Oh, I know.
like, what is happening?
So I
What
checked.
the fuck is going
I
on?
checked a little bit ago, and I was like, I don't see a doll stream set up yet. I was like, I'll keep going, right? And then
I had to set it up. I
oh,
had to set it up, Ken. Why am I setting up the fucking doll stream, bro?
I I don't know.
I already had to set up the camera. I had to set up the mics. I had to set up all the equipment and the computers and get everything going. Why am I setting up the stream too? Once I had everything going, I had nothing to click and do. Bro, what are these people doing, Ken? What are they doing?
I wish I
They're
know,
not
bro. I wish I knew.
they're not fucking up behind my back. They're fucking up in front of my face. What is happening? Bro, if you don't set up your stream a good 2 hours before you go live, the fucking notifications aren't going to go out. You hear that wind blowing?
Yeah.
That's because I got mics outside, bro. I set that shit up. Let me turn that down for a second. I got mics outside. I got this all set up, bro, for everybody to win, bro.
Yeah.
I just need people to just do their shit, bro. I don't get it.
Well, at least no one can say that you don't work and earn your keep. That's all I'm saying. Because I've seen your magic in person. I've seen it. Like people just don't understand it. That's all I'm saying.
By the way, Grim, I did the show last night without you. I set the whole fucking thing up without you, ran it without you. I have literally no one here helping me. No one. No one. People help me and like grab equipment and move it, but I set it up all myself. Your ex-girlfriend Beans about to do a hot tub stream. Set that up all myself. Never needed you. Don't know why you tried to flex to everybody in the LCU behind my back that I need you to fucking set up a fucking stream, motherfucker. I do this for a living. Where were you during the fucking Bad Kid Cast, Mom's Basement, the fucking all this other shit, Keemstar show that I've done, Dromler. Did you set up Dromler for me, Grim? I don't need you, motherfucker. The fact that you try to pass that lie through everybody in the LCU is hilarious, dude. I can set up a stream, bitch. Hot tub stream starting in 15 minutes. Hopefully I cut a good promo.
You
Have
did.
fun.
Appreciate it. There you have it. Keemstar, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. But yeah, like I was saying, though, right? I'm not tying mental illness to abuse. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is impact.
So right there, you saw Keem start getting uppity and mad about the incompetency within the network, which he's perfectly fine to be mad about. On the grounds that, yeah, I would be mad if I'm working with a bunch of people that should know how to run stuff, especially when they're in my area, they're in my house, and I gave them permission to, hey, here you go, do your job. Here's what you need to do. This is how you stream. This is how you set up. Because probably Keemstar has the whole master key, the whole control system to every single show. So it's probably in that moment if you wanted to change something or you wanted to do something that you couldn't do, you could do it now. How since he's there and you're there, you can probably, hey, can I get this on my channel? And you can just go from there. But obviously, they're not gonna do that. And I think it due to a lot of them just never experiencing the lives that Keemstar had. And I think that's a very, very important to understand. Now, I do think Keemstar is perfectly right to actually get mad about just not wanting to baby them, and he shouldn't. He shouldn't. They are adults, but not even that. They have experience. They have time now of, hey, this is how you're supposed to do your show. Do your show, right? Right. But I guess that's not how things work with these people sometimes, which is pretty funny sometimes. But nevertheless, it's something they should be doing and should be doing by themselves and not having to ask Keem for it. Let's move on. Let's move on because it's not really much that can be said about me. Not about me. There's not much I can say about this without just going back into a loop in the saying everybody's incompetent, but the very few of them are very incompetent. But the ones that are incompetent really makes Keem's job harder. Within reality, actually makes their job harder because, well, if Keem is like, no, you got to figure it out by yourself. You're kind of boned. And again, we've seen this. We clearly have seen this. Say what you must about certain hosts. At least some of them can do the bare necessity.
We had like a content funeral.
A concept.
For
It would
me?
be the first one. It would be the first. It
I'm
would be
sorry,
the
Desi, I
epic
thought it would
one.
be Boogie.
Anybody find it funny
Don't say that.
that girl
No,
drinks the
Oh,
biggest
good.
twisted teas you can get?
When it
The
comes to,
can's
like, the
almost as
airplane,
big
I
as
think
her.
It was like a balance issue on the first one.
Oh,
So they
God.
had to move like half of the plane like over
Can
here.
they fucking check that shit before they take off?
And then the
Like,
second flight that I had, they said, hey, we're gonna start the engine in a different way than what we're used to. And I said, what do you mean start the engine a different way than we're used to?
I don't like this. I'm scared.
I'd rather have snakes on a plane than like here we have to start the engine a different way than what we're used to.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that.
I don't like snakes either, though. I
I do.
mean,
Thank you,
they're
Katrina.
cute, but like if you
Listen.
don't know them,
I pet
Like,
a
if you're-
snake.
Hey, Mac, talking
before.
smack. Welcome to
I
Band
bit
World.
by
it's
one.
just scary.
Bit?
Like
Yeah.
I do too. I think they're cute. Like if it's somebody's
it was
pet.
somebody's pet. They had an albino snake and it bit
Yeah.
me while I was trying to feed it
Oh,
because it was blind and it had like skin over its eyes. It couldn't see.
oh, see that's fair. Like if it's
Yeah.
somebody's pet, I have no. I'm down to like pet it or hug it or whatever.
It was cute.
But if it's just random and I don't know it like that, you know.
I don't know you like that.
Besides this whole thing being a complete gooner show, which really is, it is 100% a gooner. You know, the hot tub. It reminds me of the whole not Nick Fuentes, Nick Ricada stuff. Nick Ricata or Nick Rikiti. Nick Rikita. Can you stop doing that? Reminds me of that for some weird reason, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. In this particular moment, I'm like, ew. I'm not saying I wouldn't get into hot tub, but I wouldn't get into hot tub with people that I just never met. And to me, I'm like, But I did know that this actually did got a lot of views and a lot of donations. So hey, the Gooner sub does work. Gooner sub does work regardless of age, I guess. Very disgusting. You can say that, oh man, the LC is going low. But then you realize, or you should realize, were there ever a standard to begin with? I think if anybody complains of, oh man, the hot tub is a new low, I'm like, so there was actually a standard. Like, did you guys actually? Maybe it's just with the LCL. I can kind of see that, but I'm like, no. Even then, no. The standards were always low. You had Wings of Redemption and Boogie. Come on, don't act like you're high and mighty. It's funny to make fun of this, right? It's fun to make fun of it, but like in terms of trying to make some weird moral thing, it's like, come on, let them be. Is it stupid? Yeah. Is it goonerish? Yeah. Do I like it? Not really, but hey, you know what? It got the views, it got the numbers, and I guess that's what they care in the end of the day. So it is what it is. All right, let's move on.
It's gonna be real today. I feel like this kind of confirmed my theory about how the only reason that they put Rastov on live was literally just to be a punching bag, in my opinion. I said that before on our opinions episode, but that is one that I actually do stand by and believe. Rastov was only ever put on lolcowlive to be a punching bag because that's pretty much all Wings ever was. And now they found somebody who's willing to be an even bigger punching bag, which is CD-ROM. So the obvious answer would be to replace Rastov with the biggest punching bag in the LCU, and then put Rastov on another show. That's my opinion.
I agree.
I'm just
Well,
keeping
you gotta
it real.
understand, like, well, they're both, how it started with the whole lolcow network is like the only farmer that's left from that old system is Keem.
Yeah, pretty much.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Keem went from having multiple farmers to him being the only one, which kind of works better, to be fair.
Yeah, and they even say in this clip, they're like, "Oh, he's a good torture monkey."
Good torture monkey. Yeah, he definitely fucking is.
It's like super obvious. Like the third person that they want on lolcowlive is somebody that's gonna do the more dumbass shit, so that they don't have to do it. They want somebody that's like, that's I feel like, my theory on it. Why a bunch of people are like, oh, well, why don't they just go get a big YouTuber outside of the universe? Because another big YouTuber isn't gonna degrade themselves. It's the same reason why Wings had said he like fucking didn't want to be here multiple fucking times. They don't want to be fucking degraded. Someone that used to have a successful YouTube career to some extent and still has any money left isn't gonna want to come on LCL and degrade themselves.
I degraded myself because of this damn card game. I'm still suffering.
Yeah, I do agree, and I kind of felt like that early on when Rastov came on. Now, in terms of a punching bag, not really. Wings wasn't really a punching bag in any real sense, or at least not until he started to leave. Right? I would say maybe in the last 2-3 months, but even then, now there may be some occasional here and there, but it always got a lot of pushback by Wings, and he more or less just like, okay, sure, whatever. If anything, Boogie was always the punching bag of every joke. Now, occasionally it's said they may do it with Wings, but a lot of the time Wings gave pushback, or if he didn't like it, he just straight up said like, hey, I don't like that. And yeah, they can easily, maybe if they really wanted to, get an outsider, but then I mean they would have to pay them a certain amount, probably much more higher, if not probably a lot more than let's say they would, let's say Rastov or Boogie, right? Or let's say much more than Rastov. So rather than being, let's say 7% or 10%, it would probably be more like 15 to 20%. With the YouTuber who is outside and willing to do that. But again, yeah, and also the whole thing about the farming, maybe. I mean, there's still people farming, just not as much or not as majorly as they used to be. I guess you could say technically I'm farming the LCU and the BBU and a bunch of other people. I guess that's a good point against me, or I don't know what you want to say about that one actually. But they later on they did mention about like how Buff didn't get invited, and how I think what it is Keem only invited people that he already knew and people that he wanted to meet, and I think in the case of, let's say, he knew Glammy, or not even that, I don't even know, because it could be a number of reasons they didn't get invited. I know Zay didn't get invited because money reasons, but it's not like Keem couldn't just pay her completely and just cover any losses. It's not like he couldn't, and I think he would have been perfectly fine. Whether you like these people or not, some of them do deserve a break. You do need to give them a break every so often. Hell, I would even say that's even like Becky, even that you do deserve a break every so often, a time away, or go to a different location to make content. You kind of sometimes do need to do that, or do deserve that. Maybe someone would disagree with me or agree with me, but I'll let you be the decider factor or that one, or I'll let you decide. Not be the deciding factor, but I'll let you decide. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Now we have one other thing we need to cover in Nerds though that is quite important.
What was the word? She said that she's like, she doesn't know for certain. I'm like, well, I said, if it is, just let me know, like in DMs if you don't feel comfortable, and like I'll sort it out, because like that's not okay, right? I don't know who it is. She said she couldn't remember. If you guys know who it is, let me know, and I'll take care of it take care of it in private, and I'll make sure that they reprimanded for it, because like it's kind of shitty. I don't like this anymore. I'm bored of it. But like I said, they certainly ain't the people that fucking chill with me, because they know that's
no. I
go
get
fucking
that.
fly. Like
like we all know like what we do as a job. Like if somebody supports us as a crown level, if something falls off, you're not gonna be on them like, what the fuck happened? Why are you like it shit happens. The fuck it's a high level of fucking support. But
Yeah.
like if it fell off because of hard times, I don't give a fuck. Shit happens, you know?
Yeah.
But if it fell off because somebody like people are literally like targeting our fans.
When I tell you, she
some
literally
type of
came
way?
to me in the Nerds VC and was crying. At first, she didn't even want to talk to me. She didn't even want me to know that she was crying or upset about it. She was talking to S1K because she like just wanted to talk about it. And I was in the room at the time, so I just started talking through the mic. I was like, I'm here, like, I'm sorry. I don't want you to feel like I was like listening in. And she like cried to me, told me exactly what happened. She said it was more than one person. She said she couldn't remember exactly who the people were, but it was more than one person who was coming at her, and the things that she said that they were saying 100% led me to believe also that it was Test fans, as she did, because they were saying things like, oh, you guys say that Test is so parasocial, but the Nerds fans have like the most crowns, and you guys are constantly saying how much you love them, like things like that.
From what I'm hearing.
So yeah, so there's been drama going on about bullying one of the crowd, which is interesting. Obviously it's gonna mess up, but at the same time, you know, never mess with people money, because when you mess with people money, they are more likely to just say, screw it, I don't care. We ball, essentially. And that's always something important, especially when you're dealing with content creators. Don't try to mess with their money. Don't try to mess with it too much. If anything, I would say never mess with their money. Just don't mess with people money at all. Because again, people will just go really crazy about their money and how, you know, how important it is to them and how they need it. Right? Just a life lesson I learned really not really fast, but a life lesson nevertheless I've learned. Now, in the case of there's always have been issues between Tess and nerd fans, and especially when it's coming to money, and they both kind of do this like tick to tack situation of, you know, hey, you support them, so you're a simp. Oh, hey, you support them, you're a parasocial. What I do think that what happened was like both sides kind of both sides kind of just added more wood to the fire, or more oil. Right? They both kind of just kept adding more and more. Like I would say that both sides are not innocent for very obvious reasons. Because again, we've seen Tess say, "Oh yeah, well everybody who support nerd are just a bunch of simps for Zay," or on nerd we've seen everybody who supported Tess is a bunch of cult members. You know, we've seen it a lot back and forth, back and forth. To me, it's kind of hilarious, but I also understand that you may want to pull that back because that could lead into more problems down the line, and not even that. Also, just a maybe not a good idea to say stuff like that, because everybody's gonna get hit eventually, and that's probably what's gonna end up happening. And it got to the point where now they're losing membership, they're losing people, which really does suck on them. Because again, I must say I don't like these people, which I don't. You know, I know better to don't mess with their money, don't go after their fans, unless their fans are coming after you. I guess you can say that it's different, but even then, you gotta learn to just kind of pull it back just a little bit. Let's move on.
It's the same old thing. Boogie is lying while Keem is trying to talk to wins. They be bullshitting, spitting lolcow slangs. Kept talking and kick them out, you don't keep running this game. We're live on YouTube, they don't pre-recorded games. Fuck around, you might catch one in your brain. Hey, lolcow, nigga, but it's the lolcow. You be watching it, you clicked it just now. Lolcow, nigga, but it's the lolcow. You be watching it, you clicked it just now. Now Boogie got his nipples tipped.
Get moving.
But we have things that only kings can dream of. This history, he linked to the show and we all pay for it twice. And if page 5 stays high up in wings, mine like the bird shit in our eyes, the prize we might still pay the price. Lolcow, nigga, but it's the lolcow. You be watching it, you clicked it just now. Lolcow, but it's the loud cow. You be watching it, you watching it. Low cow, nigga, but it's the loud cow. You be watching it, you clicked it just now. Low cow, nigga, but it's the loud cow. You be watching it, you clicked it just now. Now Keem's theme is the scream team, the mainstream to his team, and later come clean. That it was all a dream, and he owns everything, and the iron team was him. And the stream team's keen to be the mean king. And
Such beautiful creatures, such elegant beauty that I've never imagined I get to see with my own eyes. Truly, 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 the walrus of North America, or better known as the land walrus of North America, land whales in some parts of the world, even such majestic creatures. Ah, truly a god in his bounty of wisdom and knowledge, and his hand of craftsmanship created such beautiful creatures, elegant as they walk. It's though it is a shame that they're being hunted, or at least from what we can really tell, being trained by their master. Right, such beautiful creatures. They are heading to the lake for safety, right? So they can teach their youngs to one day know how to retreat. Such beautiful creatures. It is said that the North American walrus, it is twice as heavy, or in other cases, 4 times as heavy as a normal cow and bull. Yes, yes, almost 5 tons. 5 tons. Such majestic. It is said that they are milk. It is said they can produce so much milk that is enough to make any man rich if you're able to milk them properly. Such majestic creatures. Though low in number, they are hardy creatures, surviving anything and able to get through anything. Such beauty, such wisdom. Ah, ah, truly, truly, God, beautiful creatures.
Me and alcohol are not good.
You got about 10 feet forward, Boogie.
Right here, right here.
A little bit more. Stop. Lay down there.
Lay down. Yep.
Oh, God. No, I need him more out this way, Boogie. Or Rastov. Rastov, look at me. I need him this way.
Like here?
Straight out. Towards, yep.
Like here.
Yep.
Okay, yep, this way.
Keep rolling, Boogie. Keep rolling. Roll, Boogie. Roll, roll, roll. Roll, Boogie. Okay, right there.
The world is steady so bad right now. All right, just look at the clouds. Look at the beautiful clouds. Holy cow.
When can I pee?
You can pee right now.
Whoa! I almost fell off the fucking edge.
Dude!
You can pee now.
Right in the hand. That feels so good. Why is it so warm in the... Oh.
Here, Rastov. Take this hose and get him good.
All right.
Go downstairs.
Oh, you want me to go down? Yeah. Oh, so many stairs. So much exercise.
Here we see the great walrus of North America, the land whale in some parts of the world, resting after a long day of breeding, eating, crying, and mostly yelling at the world for his pain and suffering. The great land whale is there resting for once. Such a majestic creature. It is said that with its fun, it is said that during the hot season, it dissipates all the heat through its fatty pores. Such a fatty creature. Such wonder, such beauty. You can tell that this one is pregnant with the younger one, the brood. Such majestic creature. I gotta stop. I'm sorry, Eric. I'm so sorry. I can't do this. I'm losing brain cells so fast. Okay, so not really. They talked about a couple things relating to Queen and other stuff. Joss and Ultra are now completely on board with Tess, which I think we knew that was going to happen. And not really much. They just kind of got drunk and, yeah, pretty enjoyable. Okay, let's move on.
Mike's right there! I told you he'd come! There he is!
Fuck you, Tina.
We're trying to save your marriage, you fat, good-for-nothing motherfucker! How you saving your marriage going out getting chlamydia, Michael?
Chlamydia?
He doesn't know us. She showed the clip, Michael!
What clip?
Where you said to Bridget you had to get tested for chlamydia!
I got tested for
Trichomonas?
but I was negative.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. That green shit smells so fucking bad when it comes out.
Negative.
Prove it.
Prove it with my boogie 2988. I gotta prove that I got polycythemia vera.
No, but let me ask you a question. How come fucking Boogie's kissing CD-ROM, kissing Rastov, buying diamonds for Desi, and you're getting divorced after all the help you gave him? How does that make you feel, Michael? Like a piece of shit?
Fuck yourself, Tuna.
Fuck you!
Oh, Tuna.
That's what you should be doing. Fucking yourself instead of other people. Working out marriage, big pork chop.
I've tried.
You're not ready to get a divorce?
Try harder.
What is this Shannon goal? What is that?
Oh, go ahead and tell him, Big Gidgy, because you came up with that one. I'm not in trouble for that one.
So,
speak faster, Gidgy.
Hi, Mike. I thought you were not going to be here tonight, so it's nice to see you. So I
like it. Tina started texting me.
I put the goal up, like you said, for the 100.
I'm gonna be real with you. I did not want to know about the STDs he got. I do not care. But the fact that he got one is doesn't surprise me, given the fact of what Michael is and what he does. Plus, he probably has a lot of money, so he's probably like, "Hey, girl, what you doing? I got a plane. I'll get you a plane. Come where we live, girl. What you doing, girl? What you doing? What you doing, girl? Where you from? Where you be?" There you go. There you go. There you go. It was whatever for Queens. It was just the usual shit. Them yelling at each other. Michael coming. I mean, at this point, Michael should just be a host at all times just to keep him so busy. I think he'll actually quite enjoy it. Yeah, no, much as I don't like Michael, and I think he's the whatever, right? Hey, yo, sometimes I don't even know where I'm going with this. I don't even know where I'm going with this at all. I don't know. Michael, just stay on the freaking show. Just be a regular host, and I think a lot of people will like that. I don't know. Personally, you can rot in hell, but let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get on with the show.
I'm under Keemstar's Discord, so I gotta find it. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Right here.
I
right
don't
down.
think you're ready for this jelly. My body's too bootylicious for you, babe.
Okay, we don't need all that.
What?
No.
I was stalling for time.
All right, there you go.
What do we got here? Keemstar. I will allow LCL cult members to bully the fans of other shows. Well,
wow.
That's not a bad deal.
Wow.
That's not a bad deal.
What do you mean that's not a bad deal?
That's not a bad deal.
Have you seen lolcowlive chat?
I don't know. That's a good deal. Damn, Nail Slammer just came through and fucking hammered one in.
Thank you, Nail Slammer.
I think I left the "Is This Okay" poll up so long that people forgot what it was about. We got 810 votes.
Let's go.
They're like, no, yes, I don't know. Chat's wild. Now, I'm trying to make a logo for Metalis' Mostly Meatless Meatballs. He sponsored tonight's episode, you know. And I need to make a temporary logo because I forgot to make the permanent logo. Well, I was supposed to make a permanent logo, right?
Yeah.
But I fucked up. And I completely last night I went to go see the Jurassic World movie. And
I don't know much happened on Rewind besides the usual Rewind stuff. Looking at Xylee, damn, Xylee does not look good. I mean, we all knew that. I don't think she cared, but damn. Damn, Xylee, damn, you a little gremlin. Like, I need to stop being mean. I need to stop being mean for a second. Like, no, honestly, seeing Xylee like this, like in a different environment, I think is good for her. I think people should sometime, for a little bit of time, go to a different place just to see how things feel. I mean, nice because there's not much I can say. They made fun of CD-ROM and Bean's kiss. That was something. They went over some other stuff. Pretty still day in the neighborhood. It's the wonderful day in the neighborhood. The wonderful day in the neighborhood. I don't know why I have Mr. Rogers stuck in my head. Let's move on.
I can't sleep in my bedroom.
That's the video that made me feel bad for her, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's not even funny. She just seems like she has like fuck, whatever that old lady had. Oh my god, I can't think of the name. What is this fucked up drug movie that got me all... Who's the guy? Jared Leto. He does this movie, and it's about heroin, and it's super fucked up, and it follows... One of the characters is an old lady who, like, gets addicted to pharmaceutical pills.
I don't know. I've only seen Suicide Squad. That's my only Jared Leto movie.
Okay, somebody in the chat will know.
But no, I've dealt, like, I'm going to make this short, but I was a bed bug specialist when I was, like, working pest control. So I dealt with people who were scared to sleep in their bedrooms, and it's not fun. Like, I just can't imagine not being comfortable sleeping in the place where I'm supposed to be the most comfortable. But let's get back into the video.
I can't. I don't know why. And my medication making me sick. My bipolar medicine doing this to me. I know what it is. And my bipolar medicine doing this.
Yeah, that's a little grim. Ozzy is going a different direction where they're covering people like this, and honestly, I like it quite a bit. It actually makes it very worth actually sitting through and watching Ozzy, especially with Twiggy. You can kind of tell Twiggy is very engaged and he has a lot of info about this stuff. I would even say that if Twiggy really wanted to, and Twiggy, you should probably go out and get these people and bring them onto the show because it would get you a lot of traction, a lot of new people. And I think even with the way Steak also acts, I think that actually would benefit them a lot more than you can imagine. Now, the whole bedbug thing, yeah, trust me, if you've never experienced bedbugs, it does become, difficult to sleep in your own bedroom or even wear your own clothes. Like, I met people who got hit with the bedbug with bedbugs, and they had to like completely throw everything away. Furnitures, beds, clothes. I had a woman that experienced one of the worst cases of bedbugs in my area to the point where I believe it was on the news and everything. It was around Christmas time. They literally bought a whole bunch of Christmas stuff. Boom, all that got hit with bed bugs. That's how dangerous bed bugs can be. Which is crazy to think about. Because I did have bed bugs at one time, a long time ago. And ever since then, I've been extremely cautious. I got them through my dog, funny enough. But because of that, I've been extremely cautious about ever having those type of animals but those type of bugs in my household. To the point where even like the sight of a roach gets me like flashbacks of like pretty bad memory. With hey, daily reminder: if you want to keep your house clean and you want to keep your house free of bugs, always clean it as much as you can. Make sure there's not open food out there because roaches, flies will come. I mean, you can't. Flies are different because they're always gonna find their way in. But if you want to prevent roaches for as long as you can, always clean your environment. Make sure nothing is left out in the open. Roaches will always find their way in. You can't just, once they're in, and you really can't prevent it. It sucks, but it's just the truth.
That's that again. Great mouth. You're gonna go real far in this business. I see the dedication. Oh, you are up here putting in time and effort. You're working on jokes. You're working on eye contact. You're working on paying attention to the chat. You're working on thanking people. You are really, god damn, you are what every new host should be. These two are so fucking lucky to have you. I mean, just to know that, we're gonna get a chair stream. Fuck. Hassan's gonna be so fucking proud of us. I mean,
Hassan would
a
be
real
proud.
chair, right? A real chair streamer.
Damn.
I mean, okay. I'm sorry. It's just so frustrating to me. Someone that, look, I am watching every single one of these people that are already hosts. And you know why? You know why people are asking me if I sleep or not? Because I don't, because I want to learn. Okay. Nightmare has this skill. I want to learn it. I want to soak it in. So-and-so has this skill. I want to learn that. I also want to get to know all the amazing people in this community. So you're damn right. I'm in every fucking chat because I'm dedicated as a fucking host. I'm dedicated to the LCU. And this is my fucking job. I swear to God, I get more frat boy from you than I have ever gotten job from you. I am shocked that Keem ever. Yeah, 100%. And that comes from a sorority girl. So trust me, as a 25-year tri-delt, no shit. Trust me, I understand, Feline. I get it. Trust me, you are not surprising me with the non-education.
Yeah, I didn't even go to school.
Yeah, I
Couldn't
believe
afford
you.
it.
I believe you.
Then I made money my own way.
Okay, well, you need to hold on to that because entertainment is not your bag right now, baby. Okay, I'm sorry. Apparently, Scooter's telling me I'm going too hard. I'm sorry.
You guys fucking go for it, like, you know.
Gidgy, you're choking me the fuck up, dead ass. That was
like,
fucking
but Aljo, you
phenomenally
guys defend
hilarious.
yourself.
You're a
Why you
funny
going-
fucker, Gidgy.
No, Aljo, why are you so
I don't know because it's the same thing that Steak said. I just want to give her a candy and like shake her hand. Like I can't talk back to an older woman, like 55 years old.
Really?
Or 55-year-old.
Say what you must about Tess, but sometimes stuff like this is just golden. I was dying laughing. Gizzy really knows how to bring the entertainment factor. There's just something about her voice and the way she talks and just her general mannerism. Just like, damn, I love this woman. I don't care what anybody says. She is top tier. If I gotta do a whole lolcowlive tier list eventually, where I'm gonna add all the hosts. You have no clue. Gidgy would probably be like an S or A. She is that entertaining. She is that milkable. She is so freaking funny. I love her. Oh my god. You can tell that they were dying laughing. Ultra was just like, wow, holy shit. Oh man. I love stuff like this when the hosts are just railing at each other, but it's not too serious, but it's kind of serious, and there's some nuggets of truth, and they're just like laughing, and it's like, damn. I wish the LC was more like the hosts are just they have that ability to speak, the power of rhetoric. It is my favorite. Now we have one more show to cover.
I used to work at like a place where they took phone calls for like credit card debts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't work there very long, but I think I'm interested in like learning how to work computers better.
You were a customer service agent?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I had to do that for a number of years. How'd you like it?
It was great paying. It was just a hell of a drive. Is the only reason. If it was any closer, I would have kept it.
Jared the Red, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate you.
Wow.
I got to get a soundboard. That alone is going to put us into third for this morning until Rewind. So thank you very much. Appreciate you. So a customer service agent for credit card debt. So you were in collections.
I guess I can't remember. I was like 19.
People must have hated you. You had to. Do you have to?
No, they really liked me.
Did you have to cold call people?
So I think if I remember, the position she would be in is a not a debt collector, but like a debt consultant or something. I don't remember. Somebody can correct me. Watching Sweet Tea and CD-ROM together, before people ask why CD-ROM, that he explained that he had to do something for a job, so he had to drive back home. It wasn't even that far from the actual location, and then he said right after he's done with his job, he'll drive back. It's coolio. I don't know how I feel about the dynamic. Glammy really brought the energy, but you can tell that after their whole little blow up and everything that happened after that there was issues. Here it's just like it could be better, it could be worse. I just don't know how I feel about it. But nevertheless, we're in the end of the video. That much I can say, bar from till next time. Be safe and God bless. Bye.